Cause I know that I'm giving you a love.
Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you guys for clicking on the video. If you are returning, welcome back, fam. And if you are new, then I appreciate you clicking on the video, giving me a little shot. Now we have Michelle Obama on the list, Lori Harvey, Erika Jayne, Tamara Braxton. Who else I want to talk about? Kanye West talking about Kim Kardashian and that robbery. Um, Everybody's still talking about the P Diddy, Biggie Smalls, all that. Summer Walker and that picture on my thumbnail for Nicki Minaj. That was pulled straight off of her Instagram page. So that wasn't a filter or anything from what she say, child. Anyway, let me just get Michelle out the way because I think that this is just really just a clickbait situation. Michelle Obama was trending because people were saying that when she had Cat Williams on her podcast, they felt like she was kind of flirting with the man a little bit. Now, while Cat Williams, is undeniable with his talent, right? He has been arrested multiple times for violent offenses, and he's notorious for spreading wild, unverified stories about successful black celebrities, right? So his recent interview on the Shannon Sharp podcast that went viral after he unloaded on Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, Tyler Perry, and other people. The episode sent the show straight to number one. Now, I don't know where the show is at now with all that, paying Big G, Big Gabby, because Big Gabby got it. So when Michelle called Kat and asked him to come on her platform, folks were shocked. Let's be honest. This booking wasn't about uplifting voices or meaningful, discourse. It was about ratings. Ever since Michelle left the White House, her media projects have been hit or miss. And with the podcast numbers slipping across the board, she's clearly, wanting to do the same viral type moment that Shannon Sharp had. But, inviting Cat Williams, a man known to drag his own people, feels like a strange move for somebody who spent 8 years as a face of, grace, leadership, unity, and all that other stuff. Remember, they go low, we go high, that, whatever, right? So she was on Cat Williams. And so I don't know why people are saying that they felt like she was flirting with him. But I'm gonna let y'all listen and y'all tell me. I don't know. Y'all listen.
Hi, Cat
Hello there.
Williams. Welcome
Thanks for
to
having me.
I Am Mo.
Thank you.
You a handsome dude.
Right.
Yeah, you know that.
Well,
You know that about yourself.
People just be reaching. You get what I'm saying? Like people think that they was flirting. Anyway, the interview with Michelle, I guess because she repeated how good he looked, people were saying that, oh, it was just the tone, her shift, she changed in the shift or whatever, right? I don't see no flirting going on. People were confused. Some said it was harmless. Others said it felt inappropriate, especially coming from someone who built her entire image around dignity and poise. But the general concession is basically it was just an episode. You know, the entire episode was from what I saw, some people said that it was beneath her. I am actually gonna go and watch the episode, but some people said it was beneath her to do it. Michelle built the legacy on intelligence and elevating the culture and sitting across from Cat Williams, flirting, laughing, and platforming the same man who goes viral for attacking other black, entertainers. Some people said it felt kind of off. I don't know. Maybe she wanted to loosen up her image. Maybe her new team is pushing for a more edgy, I don't know, show. Maybe she's just chasing numbers like everybody else is doing. I don't know. But we're gonna see, how she, have her next, playlist coming up as far as who she got coming on. But I mean, you just gotta build a art. For me, I think it's just that's just to build an organic team. You know what I'm saying? People who not necessarily following you just for mess, but they actually just like hearing you talk or what you're talking about or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Now speaking about some look, now that Lori Harvey, that heifer is a nice looking woman. I done seen her at different angles. I don't think you could catch that heifer at a bad angle. And I'm not trying to catch her at a bad angle, but you can't catch her. She's just gorgeous. And you can't be mad at her. Her and the baby has, right? So, her and her little boo thing, Damon, Desmond, is it Idris? Desmond Idris? Y'all know the dude from Snowflake. Anyway, y'all know they back dating, and so Lori has been quiet about it or whatever. So it's cute, you know what I'm saying? Because I think it's. But she ain't said not a damn thing about that whole P Diddy thing. But I think that she had people signing like NDAs, so she's real hush hush. And there's nothing wrong with keeping your business to yourself, especially if you don't want your private life to be your money maker, because then you really don't have no life, right? Because you got to tell everybody everything. Speaking of, did y'all see the video that's circulating with Paris Hilton and her boyfriend? I don't know if that's her boyfriend or her husband. Did she get married? I'm gonna have to look. But she was doing like a DJ gig, and it's like her biggest DJ gig of her like career, whatever. I didn't even know she was still DJing, but kudos to her. And he just like, you know how they say you could tell if a man, for women, they say you could tell if somebody don't like you or if your husband or boyfriend don't like you when he trying to like make you mad before your birthday or whatever. And so like she was supposed to be performing in like 10 minutes. And he literally like threw her laptop on the ground, was aggravating her. Like she literally started crying and everything. She performed with sunglasses on or like shades so that you couldn't see her eyes, and her security just standing around, and he was so aggressive with her, and they like literally damn near was about to fight. And it's like, oh my God, like girl, you in the backstage of a festival and y'all cutting up like this. I know what y'all be doing in the house. It ain't right. That girl got too much money to be dealing with that. And I'm just saying that's for anybody. Well, you ain't even gotta have a lot of money. But you get what I'm saying? Like if you ain't really got too much, then you more willing to deal with some stuff. Well hell, even when I ain't had too much, I didn't deal with too much of nothing. Hmm. I guess. Anyway, she got too many hotels in her name. I'll be staying at a different one every night. Like, what are you doing? Like, when did it get to the point where billionaires are putting up? I don't know. Yeah. She's had her story. So that poor child. Anyway, so while every woman who ever breathed and did it is trending, testifying or telling their truth on him, Lori Harvey has been living her best soft life and been keeping a distance from the drama. But yesterday, sis was finally out in the world and she was standing tall and looking good, baby. She went down to she was down in Miami looking flawless as always for a party hosted by none other than 50 Cent. Yes, that 50 Cent. The same man who dropped the four-part docu on her ex-boyfriend from his childhood all the way up to his jail cell child. The same 50 who has been clowning Diddy for the past what, 10, 15 years now? Mm-hmm. And Lori didn't just attend, she pulled up with her current boo, Desmond, and the two looked like they didn't have a care in the world. They look so cute together. Y'all see them on the thing? Don't they look so cute? Like you just can't catch her at a bad angle. The girl is just absolutely fabulous. At one point, Lori and Desmond, they even walked over to 50 and exchanged, pleasantries or whatnot and greeted each other, and you know what I'm saying? So they don't have no bad blood. But yeah, they look good together, child. I said, okay. I said, that's why she went back. I see why you went back, girl. Don't worry about it. I see why you went back. Now let's go over here to Erika Jayne. Now these goddamn housewives, I'm loving every moment of it. Now we got Potomac out, we got Beverly Hills out, Salt Lake City. I think they about to be wrapping up and they're gonna be doing it. I need to catch that. Anyway. So Erika Jayne is once again facing legal turbulence. And this time, the spotlight has extended to include one of her closest friends. Now, the housewife star has been dealing with lingering fallout from the old dispute, with the designers, DeMarco, where the guys were saying that, the guys who got the fashion label Marco. Years ago, Erica had accused them of inappropriately charging her American Express card for costumes they created. It was all on the don't tell me you don't watch Beverly Hills Housewives. Okay, you watch it. Okay, cool. Now the allegations upended their business, right, and even led to Christopher's arrest. Both designers say the ordeal cost them significantly. Of course it did. They lost their businesses, their reputations, and then one of them ended up going to jail. And they have been fighting back in court ever since. Now, their legal strategy recently took a new turn when they filed a lawsuit against Erica's longtime friend, and attorney Jim Wilkes. In the complaint, they accused Wilkes of slowing down bankruptcy proceedings connected to Erica's estranged husband, Tom, the one acting like he crazy, allegedly. They also suggest that he tried to discourage anyone who questioned whether Erica had, benefited from, the alleged fraud that, well, he actually got accused, he got found guilty. So the financial misconduct. They also saying that allegedly they saying that Mr. Wilkes is Erica's new financier. Okay. Now, in addition, they claim he routed pandemic relief loans into Erica's hands. That's how, Now, a Florida judge reviewed the filing and rejected it. According to Bloomingdale law, the judge said the complaint lacked basic details required for a federal case, such as the citizenship of each LLC member. The judge also criticized the lawsuit structure and said it was filed with, vague statements that did not clearly tie, into legal claims, right? So the court described the filing as relying on attention grabbing language rather than specific facts. So basically they had went over there to chat GTP and just said, give me some bullets. Now, even though the lawsuit was dismissed, the designers are allowed to, revise and refile within 21 days. So I'm gonna keep y'all updated to see what's going on. But Erica just got lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit coming, child. That's why I can't even do it. This is my opinion and my opinion only. Now look, now y'all remember when I was telling y'all, matter of fact, I showed y'all the video where Funky Dineva was sitting up there talking about Tamar, Tamar and Mandeezy and how they was all hooked up, kissed up in the back of the club and at the restaurant and in the car and all this other stuff, and how he felt like she needed to ask, or people needed to be asking Mendeezy and his friend what happened to her since they were up there with her, which leaves it, kind of speculatory too, kind of like, well, what happened with you? What did happen? Anyway, so Funky Dineva has responded to a statement issued by Tamar's legal team, seemingly hinting that legal action will be taken if he continues to spread rumors that she engaged in a romantic relationship with Mendeezy, right? Because one, he's supposedly married, but y'all know, didn't they say Yandy didn't even turn that in? Anyway, so Dineva has said in a clip, Mr. Walker, you don't even want to waste your time sending me nothing on your fax paper because the relationship was extremely inappropriate. And that's what he was referring to Mendeezy and Tamar, right? So Funky actually believes that the music video was a cover up, for Tamar's actual affair with Mendeezy, who is, like I said, married to Yandy. So he went on to say, well, you tell me, Tamar, is it appropriate or inappropriate for you to be sitting on this man's lap at Ruth Chris and he's rubbing in between your thighs and in between your dress and he kept leaning in and whispering and all this other stuff. So he just was going on. Now, Tamar immediately rushed to deny the rumors, of course, after Dineva claimed that, he had seen them kissing and getting all close and all this other stuff. So this summer I poured my heart, this is what she was saying. This summer I had poured my heart out into Heartbreak Renegade, a project that includes a 6-song EP and a short film. Seeing it reach #1 on iTunes, R&B charts, and top 20 overall has meant the world to me and my team. Your support has been incredible. That's why it's especially painful to watch a hurtful and completely untrue rumor spread online this week, accusing me of having an inappropriate relationship with my male co-star. Let me be clear, that's a lie. It's sad that the moment you achieve something, it's sad that the moment you achieve something meaningful, some people choose to respond with gossip and sensationalization. Fans believe that Tamar could file a lawsuit against Funky if the allegations are not backed up with evidence. I wonder if he took any pictures. Cause he was putting out that he wanted people to reach out or whatever. Y'all want to hear what he said? Okay, I'm gonna let y'all hear what he said. Look, listen.
Or whatever that he put on them. He's suing them back for them tariffs. Girl, don't nobody want to talk about this, girl. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Don't nobody want to talk about none of this. All right, y'all. So I'm in here chilling, doing whatever it is I need to do, and then people start sending me stuff. and it is a letter or a statement on letterhead from Tamar's attorney's office. And so the letter reads, official statement of Tamar E. Braxton. This summer I poured my heart into Heartbreak Retrograde, a project that includes a 6-song EP and a short film. Sing and reach #1 on the iTunes R&B chart. The top 20 overall has meant the world to me, and your support has been incredible. That is why it's been especially painful to watch a hurtful and completely untrue rumor spread online this week.
That's what she said. Hurtful and untrue.
Accusing me of having an inappropriate relationship with a male co-star. Let me be clear. This is a lie. It's sad that the moment you achieve something meaningful, some people choose to respond with gossip and sensationalism. The rumors don't just touch me. They touch our families, our kids, our loved ones, the people who never asked to be dragged into this nonsense. I had hoped by now
I ain't have all that. So, yeah, y'all getting a full one. Mm-hmm.
we'd see better from those who claim to report responsibility and love our people. As for me, I'm letting my lawyers take it from here. Stay focused on what I've been creating, storytelling, making music, and films for that matter. If you haven't heard Heartbreak Retrograde, yes, I hope you'll give it a listen. And I thank you again for lifting us up so high on the charts, Tamar Braxton. And success to you and your album. I just find it very odd that after you start a shitstorm, now all of a sudden you want to go focus on your project, so on and so forth. You want to let your lawyers handle it. Well, let me tell you something. Your lawyers are about to have a whole lot to handle. I told you once, and I'm going to tell you again. I'm not one of these new bitches to doing this, baby. I'm 14 years in, been sued by some of the best. Okay?
I'm not trying to be sued by none of the best, okay? This is just my opinion and my opinion only. And I would never say anything that I felt was hurtful or harmful. So I would hope that I would just believe that what he's saying he actually saw. Because this would be real petty. Plus they saying that, I just heard allegations that his YouTube channel ain't doing as well as it normally does. And so he needs to get the traction going. But that's what people do when they need content. I'm not about to do all that, but like he said, he 14 years in the game, so I guess it's just how you move, right? You just start, just anything to get the traction going, because it's not like they friends anymore. So, I mean, why not just drag it? What else he gonna talk about? I mean, I would think because he just said that he was diagnosed with prostate cancer stage 1, that his energy would kind of shift, because I heard that stress causes like cancer. It can cause cancer and stuff. So I would just think that he would be in a different mindset because of that. I mean, I would, but I digress. Continue.
Check my lawsuit record. Stayed in court with Sheree. Stayed in court with Chris Stokes. Stayed in court with XYZ Company. Stayed in court with Music Company. And I'm here to let you know, baby, it's going to take more than a little piece of statement.
Dang, was I lying? I think I was low on that. Oh well.
On a lawyer's it's going to take more than a little piece of statement on your lawyer's letterhead claiming rumors about an inappropriate relationship to scare me. Because if that's the term that we're going by, inappropriate relationship, the person is claiming that you had an inappropriate relationship, if that's the thing that we're hanging on to, then baby, you Mr. Walker, you don't even want to waste your time sending me nothing on your fact paper, because the relationship was extremely inappropriate. And I knew that this is how you was going to play it. So now we're going to take it all the way back to the very beginning. I knew this is how you was going to play it. And let's be very clear here. If y'all remember when the situation first broke.
Y'all do remember when the situation first broke now.
Mouth up, and I said, and the only reason you dropped that video is because, and I said, I ain't going to do it to you. Y'all remember that? I said, and the only reason you dropped that music video real quick like this was because, and I said I ain't gonna do it. The reason you dropped that music video as quickly as you did is because people had spotted y'all ass, okay? Inappropriate relationship. Well, you tell me, Tamar, if it's appropriate or inappropriate. When we're sitting at Roof Chris and he's rubbing in between your thighs, in between your dress.
Well, it depends on how he was rubbing. I don't know. Is it right?
Yes. Mr. Walker, her attorney, you let me know if that's appropriate or not appropriate. Because you were sitting there. Let me move over. You were sitting there, and he was drinking and talking, and he was touching in between your legs, and rightfully so. Now, let me give it this. You pushed his hand, and it was like, stop. But you know that cute little stop that girls that
We do that cute little stop, like, stop. You know, kind of like, hold on one second. Kind of like this here. Look at my screen real quick. Kind of like this. Yeah, I saw it. Okay, let's get back to this.
girls do. And he kept leaning in. He kept leaning in and whispering. And he would rub in between her legs again. And she would push his hands off again. Real cute, like real 16-year-old like. Let me know if that's appropriate or inappropriate as a male co-star. And I'm going to tell you something. I just thought about something, and I thought about this in the very beginning. I'm the fool in this situation.
Perhaps.
I am the biggest fool in this situation because now it's all making sense. I'll never forget calling my best friend Quisha. And I said, you know, XYZ is going on, and I can't understand for the life of me why Tamar is doing this in front of me. I remember saying that. I remember saying, you know, me and her are just getting to know each other, and she got this stuff going on with Mendici, and she know I'm a YouTuber, and she know I'm a blogger.
Y'all think it was a scheme set up by Tide?
And I'm curious to know if she's doing all of this because she want me to go tell it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now that I look back at all of it, I really do feel like it was a scheme that you set up to put me in this position to do it. I also remember overhearing when I got to the video shoot, I walked in, it was you and Nivea was already there, L'Oreal was there, and y'all kept making references to, oh my God, Tamar, when this comes out, it's going to break the internet.
You know what? He might be on to something. Maybe they did set him up. You know, maybe they did. But I would like to see if it actually go to a lawsuit. You know what I mean? You know, he had that whole thing with him and Michelle ATA Lynn, and I think she ended up getting his YouTube checks or something like that. She talked about it. Yeah, they were like real good Judies, and he kind of allegedly, well, I think he had to pay for it, so he messed up some stuff of hers. But anyway, so speaking of messing up some stuff, Kanye West. What I love Kanye, but I mean sometimes people just be doing too much. So Kanye he's claiming that Kim robbery situation, you know, the one that the world was talking about. He's saying that let me just read this to y'all, child, because he don't even believe it happened. So Kanye once suggested to Kim that she should fake, you know, her that he suggests that Kim faked the whole 2016 Paris robbery, right? Now, for Kim, who has spoken openly about, you know, the terrifying night that she was held at gunpoint and, you know, the mass intruders came in and stole all these millions of dollars worth of jewelry and all this other stuff, she, you know, that's very scary. Now, Kim has long described the robbery in her words as 7 or 8 minutes of torture. She spoke to David Letterman back in 2020, where she recalled being tied with zip ties, duct tape, handcuffed, and then thrown into a bathtub as the men ransacked the hotel. Her engagement ring was one of the things that they took. In the last episode of her Hulu series, that show still come out? Kim revealed that Kanye echoed those accusations at one point during their marriage. She said, "My ex-husband had said, and you faked your robbery for a TV show," and had said that in front of all these people. And she was like, it was just a knife to her heart. So let me let y'all hear this audio real quick. Because y'all know, I'm always come with some type of audio now, child.
Trusted media.
And people were spreading this narrative as if it was something to think about.
Even my ex-husband had said, you know, and you faked your robbery for a TV show and had said that in front of all these people. That was so like a knife to my heart. Just to think that someone wouldn't believe you is like, that's so close to you, that should know you, that should know how much that affected your life. It just really bothered me for, like, you don't know who I am.
Aw, poor Kim. So in May, she testified for like 6 hours in a Paris courtroom, and she received justice finally. Um, I don't know what they gave the guys or whatever, but yeah, that Kanye got married in what 2014 and divorced in 2021. So they had a 7-year run. Not bad. But anyway, I'm not surprised Kanye would say that, but hell, I'm not. He was around the family, so he wouldn't put nothing past the family. And if he won't put nothing past the family, I'm not gonna put nothing past the family. Anyway, so you know, ever since that Diddy 4-part docu-series came out, it's just been so many different allegations. Like people are saying that um what did I see on the thing? Oh, so people were saying that uh, Diddy didn't pay for the funeral, that Biggie's estate was charged. So Wayne Burrow is disputing these allegations. He came out and was saying that at the end of the day, the funeral bill was handled entirely by Diddy and Bad Boy Records. He said through the years, every royalty statement sent to Biggie's estate was closely reviewed by him and Miss Wallace, and none showed funeral charges deducted from the artist's earnings. So he's also saying that there were no disagreements over Biggie's contracts at the time of his death, countering another suggestion raised in the documentary. So I don't know if I believe him in a sense, but I could appreciate him coming out and saying something. But if the man said that Diddy was trying to get the contract, I'm just not. I don't know. I'm just gonna look at the bad side of Diddy. I'm sorry. I don't want to. I can't give him the benefit of the doubt. He done did too much. So if he tried to get the man to change up the contract and fired him because he wouldn't, then what makes me want to believe that he wouldn't be able to change up the numbers so that you wouldn't see that the cost came out? Because if Bad Boy pays for it, then I just don't. You know what? I don't know. And then they were also saying that Biggie's, Diddy had forced Biggie's mom to go broke preparing for the funeral. That wasn't true. And they ended up having to retract that story. So, it was a lot of things that people were just saying just to get clickbait. I just don't be believing in all that, just hurrying up to say some stuff just to, get it out there. I like to let it marinate. You know what I mean? Just to see if people gonna pull back. Kind of like with the Meg the Stallion and the Milagro thing, because I waited because I knew that the judge didn't sign off on the final documents yet. And so everybody was like defamation, defamation, defamation. And couldn't I find out the girl ain't even got to pay no defamation. She ain't even the defamation was dismissed. So Meg spent all this money, like what, $3, $4 million, and she getting what, $50,000, $30,000, something like that, child. Unless they have to pay, unless they charge Milagro for attorney fees and stuff. So I don't know. But Milagro says she not about to be talking about the heifer no more because she got other things to talk about. So we gonna see. We will see. Now Russell Wilson mama came out swinging because y'all know that the dude, one of his football people had came over for Thanksgiving, and Russell's mom and family wasn't there. It was just Sierra and the kids or whatever. And so his mom had got into that man, AWS man, and she was basically like, listen, we had other plans. You lucky my son even invited you to his house. You are a thief, a liar, you are a convict. Baby, she read him for filth. And then she closed it with a be blessed by, Lord forgive me. He don't know what he got going on. Like she gave one of them little amen prayers at the end. Which wait, what did she say? She said, Lord, forgive him for he know not what he is doing. That's how she ended the child. Okay, so this is what she said. I am his mother. It is none of your business. This is the opportunist. I am so tired of you men cutting down my son. Jesus said to all accusing the woman, he who is without sin cast the first stone. Part of our family was in Florida at a tournament. I stayed playing to stay home because I wanted to fast the 4 days before year end. Russell thought enough of you, who has a criminal history, to love you enough to invite you over. This is why Russ keeps it moving. Folks not trustworthy. Russ, though, will forgive, but not again. I hope you felt relevant for a few minutes. Lord, forgive him, for he know not what he do. And then threw up the amen sign. Lady, I love a good church read. Just out nice and proper and polite. Anyway, speaking of not proper polite, Summer Walker said she wanted to get her rib removed after rapping Chris Brown's tour, but her team talked her out of it due to upcoming obligations. So she just got liposuction instead. Excuse me? They just because you had upcoming obligation, not because you need your ribs, but because you got shit to do and we ain't got time for you to be on bed rest. You know what? Let me tell you something. Matter of fact, let her tell y'all.
Trying to figure out what somebody wanted, how somebody like it.
What was the first thing you did when you got off tour?
When I got surgery.
Did you?
Yeah, I love surgery.
Love surgery? What did you get done?
I got my titties redone for the fourth time.
Really?
My lipo for the second time. I wanted to remove a rib, but they wouldn't let me because I had an album video and all this press.
And you had the tiniest waist though, but not to you, right?
I was gonna
Look, I might need a number because I think I
Doesn't that scare you?
Yeah, I hear that, right? Okay. Don't that scare y'all? Okay.
You a little bit?
You are funny, man.
I love her.
I'm just content like scripts.
She actually has a with the podcast that coming back out.
Yeah.
I love that book. You want to bring that?
Damo said she had a really good time working with you on that Apple podcast. I can't wait to see more episodes of it because I think that you're.
I don't think the Apple Podcast was doing the views that they wanted, and it's hard when it's a celebrity and they don't really pull those views like they want. I don't know. I'm happy with the couple that I get, child. Thank y'all for tuning in. But isn't that crazy though? Like, just keep. That's why I would never. And shout out to the girls who go and get it done. You get what I'm saying? It's like some people can handle getting full body tattoos. Some people can barely handle just getting a heart on their damn wrist. Everybody got they kink or whatever, right? But I personally, I just can't do like the surgeries because I don't want to be I just don't want to have to turn my body in every so often to get the tune up, right? Because like every year or so they gotta go and, get it smooth back out, and then the cost to keep it up and maintain it. And don't get me wrong, it ain't like I ain't got no money, but I don't want to just be throwing my body. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't want to have to just throw my. Oh God, girl, shout out to the girls that's willing to do it, because somebody got to get it. Somebody got to do it. I ain't gonna do it. I'm just gonna age gracefully and do my little workout when I feel like it. Other than that, I ain't got time for the people. Cause listen, hold on. Let me show you why I would never look at my screen. That's why I would never go and get any surgeries done, because so when you think about it, hey, sometimes look, a pig with lipstick and a wig on to look good to him. I ain't got time. So anyway, last thing I want to talk about real quick before we get up out of here, because this is already 34 minutes. Nicki Minaj had posted on her, I think that's on her X. I think that's X. She had posted on X her new lit face. And people are wondering like what the hell going on? Cause did she have surgery? Is she losing weight or whatever? And I saw some comments, and some people was just like, like, why is she trying to look like a little 13-year-old Asian schoolgirl? And some folks were saying like it was just filter, and she want to look like a biracial Korean lady now. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's the angle, because sometimes the angle could really kind of throw you off. But I mean, I think Nicki is just adorable anyway. But yeah, I don't wanna keep y'all here too long. Oh, wait. Before we wrap, shout out to my followers. I really do appreciate y'all. Y'all know I gotta get my plug, right? Because you never know. You hear me talking about this every time, right? Because you never know who listening. But I am creating a self-parting hair tool. It's a device, that helps you part your hair straight, fast, and clean without, needing an extra set of hands or whatever. It'll be good for like braiding and scalp access. You know what I'm saying? So currently I am in the pending patent and manufacturing sourcing phase. And when it launches, you guys will be able to say that you heard it here first and seen it here first, because I will be displaying it here once it is done. You can also go to my website and just click on the wish list or sign up list or whatever, and so you'll get information when it come out. Or you get what I'm saying? So yeah, and then if I have like some extras, I can send you one. You know what I'm saying? Just for listening and just just looking out for a girl. And it'll be free. So don't worry about like, like, oh my gosh, you're gonna charge. Yeah, it's not about that. It's right now it's in the development stages. So if I send it to you, it really would just be about your feedback, um, criticism, critique, what you like, what you didn't like, how you feel it could be improved. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. But please hit the like, comment, subscribe, follow, because consistency is key. And baby, I'm showing up daily. I would love for you guys to stay safe out there. Be easy. What else do I want to say to y'all? I really do appreciate you guys showing me love and support. So yeah, thank you. And yeah, I will talk to you guys, if not tomorrow, the day after. We're gonna see how I feel. All right. Toodles.
Oh, yeah.